Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. I'm RexFinance, and today we're going to be talking about SGBX, ticker symbol SGBX once again. Surprisingly, this stock has become one of the fan favorites on my YouTube channel. The first time I covered the stock, you can see it on the screen right now, was in December of 2020, so that was several months ago now. I titled this video, 2x your money in this new penny stock. So in this video, I was very clear that I felt SGBX share price could double up in the coming months. And if we go to the stock chart, we can see that that's exactly what happened. At the time I recorded this video, SGBX was trading around the low $4 range, and at its highs, SGBX actually topped $8 a share and got close to $9 a share, so it did 2x. However, SGBX was no exception over the past few months as our growth and speculative stocks have been hammered by the markets. SGBX stock price fell from above $8 a share all the way down to the low $3 range. I personally was adding to my position at that time, which, by the way, if you guys are interested in getting my buy and sell alerts, hit the join button down below located right next to the subscribe button. That also gets you access to our community Discord server, and we have an amazing community in there with lots of very smart people. Anyways, that's besides the point. Over the past month, SGBX share price has kind of been recovering slowly. From those low threes, we're approaching the $5 range once again. And I've come across some new information that has made me kind of change my tune on this stock. In the past, as I already mentioned, I felt that SGBX had 2x in share price. I still think SGBX can 2x in share price, but now I think SGBX is more likely to actually 5x in share price. So even if you guys have already heard my pitch on SGBX, you're probably going to want to stick around for this video because I'm going to talk about some stuff that I've never talked about before, because again, these are new findings that really excite me about this company. But before we get into this, I just need two things from you guys. First of all, let's hit that like button. The first video I did on SGBX has over 1,000 likes on it. Let's hit 1,000 likes on this video once again, so if you guys can hit that like button down below, I would greatly appreciate it. The second thing that I want you guys to do is comment down below how many shares of SGBX you currently own, and if you don't own any, let me know if you're planning on buying shares of SGBX. Obviously, only do that if you're comfortable sharing, but it's really curious to me how many shares of each respective company RexNation owns. Especially in a stock like SGBX, which only has 8.82 million shares outstanding, there's a good chance that RexNation owns a large percentage of the outstanding share count. Anyways, before we get into the rest of the video, I just have to say, everything I say today is extremely speculative, it's forward-looking. This is not a video of me going over the basics of SGBX. If you guys need some background information before watching this video, hit either of the two video links down in the description below or hit the eye in the top right-hand corner, which will take you to a link of one of the videos I've done on SGBX, which explains the background of the company a little bit better. But again, the things I talk about today are forward-looking for this company and why I believe the share price will 5x over time. Lastly, I am not a financial advisor, clearly. I mean, I'm 20 years old. I'm just sharing my thoughts, opinions, and ideas. It's up to you guys to follow down the path that I followed down and choose whether or not you agree with me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this new exciting stuff that I found with SGBX. First of all, if you're bullish on SGBX whatsoever, you need to follow this person on StockTwits. Long Live Kobe is his username. He is an SGBX expert. I've talked with him on the phone. He's talked personally with SGBX's management team. He knows what's going on with this company. A lot of the information I talk about today is going to be stuff that he helped me uncover. Since basically the end of 2020, there's been an increasing interest in using prefab container structures for cryptocurrency mining, in particular Bitcoin mining. We've seen several companies try this out. Prefab containers are what SGBX specializes in. Whether it's building Starbucks, whether it's building things for Puma, whether it's building an EV charging station for Blink Charging, whether it's working with the military and building barracks, whether it's working with the NBA in Africa to build an NBA gym. The list goes on and on. With every single project that SGBX works on, they use prefab containers. That is their specialization. So thinking about this and the fact that there's been a growing interest in using these prefab containers for cryptocurrency mining, that all of a sudden gets me very excited. In fact, if we go back to 2019, we can see that SGBX actually formed a partnership with a company that was named at the time Blockchain Holdings. Again, this was way back in 2019, April 2nd of 2019 to be exact. But if we read through this press release, we can see that a lot of the stuff that they were planning on didn't end up happening. Where they say, by the end of 2020, the anticipated volume is 150 to 200 units. Clearly looking into both of these companies, that 150 to 200 unit anticipation for 2020 didn't happen. So what exactly has happened with this? Well, nobody really knows for sure, but what I do know is that Blockchain Holdings is actually called Edge Data Solutions now. If we go to Edge Data Solutions' recent 10K, which is their annual report, we can see that they mentioned SG Blocks 8 times in this 10K. This 10K was released at the end of May of this year, so clearly the partnership still exists here. It's just whether or not they actually follow through on building these units. Also a fun fact, if we see here with what I'm highlighting, SG Blocks, NASDAQ, SGBX. In order for Edge Data Solutions to include another company's name in their 10K along with their publicly traded ticker symbol, they need that company's permission. So Edge Data Solutions had to have reached out to SG Blocks to ask if they could include them in their annual report. Well, SG Blocks obviously said yes, go ahead and do that. So honestly, as 2021 progresses, I'm looking forwards to new information on this partnership, hopefully some production actually happening. Another item that has gained popularity and interest is what I am highlighting on the screen right now. I am not going to go into the discussion on this topic because YouTube likes to shadow ban any videos that talk about, well, you see what's on the screen right now. But you can do your own research on this. It's equally as exciting as potential cryptocurrency mining using these prefab containers. However, I want to keep moving along here. We can see that Long Live Kobe, I mentioned he's talked with the management team several times. And he actually includes a direct quote from Paul Galvin, the CEO of SG Blocks, in this post. He says that Paul told him, as an affordable housing company, we would be crazy not to consider a solar partnership or acquisition. This gets me even more excited, not only for SG Blocks to become somewhat of a solar company, but the fact that they can start putting solar panels on their prefab containers. We've seen a massive shift with cryptocurrencies into people focusing on ESG and environmentally friendly mining practices. By implementing solar panels on these prefab containers and mining inside of the prefab containers, all of a sudden this company could become exactly what Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, Kathy Wood, etc. have been looking for. So after I looked into cryptocurrency mining using prefab containers and the potential acquisition or partnership with a solar company, I get really excited about this company because all of a sudden, not only can SG Blocks become a cryptocurrency mining company alongside being a construction company, alongside being a solar company, but they can put all three of those things together. They can do what CleanSpark has done. They can start mining cryptocurrency themselves as a test case for using prefab container structures with solar. So just to give a little bit more color on this potential for cryptocurrency mining using the prefab containers, we already discussed the active partnership they have with Edge Data Solutions. But just to prove that Edge Data Solutions isn't the only company looking into this, we have a company called Green Revolution Cooling, who does the same thing, modular immersion cooling system for blockchain applications. And they do this inside of a prefab container. So you have very, very efficient cryptocurrency mining with clean energy if you put solar panels on the roof of these prefab containers. Edge Data Solutions does the same exact thing. They use immersion cooling technology with prefab container structures. You can put solar panels on the tops of these things to allow for more of a clean energy mining unit. And then we talked about the growing interest for using these prefab containers for agricultural purposes. This right here is an example of a company that is doing just that. I don't know if SG Blocks is engaged in discussion with any of these agricultural growers or not. But as the interest grows and the popularity grows, I think SG Blocks is likely going to enter this industry as well. That has been something that I always look for in my favorite investments, is a company that works in several different industries. In this video, I talked about how SG Blocks works with Blink Charging, an electric vehicle charging company. They work with the military. They work with the government. They provide affordable housing. They work with Starbucks. The list goes on and on and on. So in my personal opinion, I no longer think SG Blocks is just going to 2x. I believe that eventually SG Blocks is going to 5x in share price. I agree right alongside Long Live Kobe on StockTwits that the partnership with Blink Charging is just one piece of the EV charging business. Paul Galvin actually stated this personally at an investor conference. So in the future, we know we're going to get more information on using these prefab container structures for cryptocurrency mining. We know we're going to get more information on the electric vehicle charging side of things. And we can guess that SG Blocks is going to work with agricultural growers. Again, I'm saying that because I don't want to say this word that is highlighted on the screen right now because it'll get shadow banned. In my personal opinion, if SG Blocks follows up with all of this stuff, grows their existing partnerships, forms new partnerships, gets into cryptocurrency mining, gets into the agricultural industry, for lack of better words, you're looking at a company that could be doing over $500 million in revenue within the next 5 years. And it's easy to see with a market cap of 40 million currently, this is tremendously undervalued. I mean, there's just no arguing that. If everything goes the way I think it's going to go for this company, there's no arguing that. So even though SGBX was trading at $3 a share 2 weeks ago, I still think $5 is a tremendous buy if you're holding this thing for the long term. However, I also want to note, I mentioned that this company only has 8.8 million shares outstanding. That means that any big piece of news that comes out about cryptocurrency, about any of their partnerships in the electric vehicle industry, etc., that could rocket SGBX's share price up 50% in a single day, if not higher than that. It all depends on the substance of that press release. However, that also means that the share price is likely to fall back down just as fast because it's such a low float. There are a lot of traders in this stock for better or worse, where at a certain point, SGBX will get overvalued after releasing some very promising news like the stuff we've talked about today. At that point, it's probably smart to take some profits in a stock that has this low of a float. Generally, when a stock pops after big news, what happens? It doesn't continue to rocket up, it falls back down. So all I'm saying is be smart with your investment. This is a low float of a company. They have a lot of things working in their favor, and if they just keep the pedal to the metal, this could be an investment of a century that changes a lot of lives. But anyways, if you guys are new here or returning and not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below. Again, let's try and hit 1,000 likes in this video. If you guys enjoyed this, hit the like button for me. And with that, guys, I'll be back with a brand new video next week. Peace out.